Hello and welcome. We will be going over lesson 1.4. When reading this first question, 7.0 is 1/10 of what number? You should think about it as 7.0 is the smaller fraction, is a small part of what larger number? And when we want to find the larger number, we have to make our decimal move to the right. We move to the right one time, or we make one jump because it's only 1/10. Now we can rewrite our decimal. 70.0 or 70. You could also leave the answer as just 70. So this tells you that 7.0 or 7 is 1/10 of 70. At the bottom of the page, you should read these questions as, what number is 1/10 of 4.0? What number is 1/10 of 4 wholes? What number is a fraction or a smaller part of 4.0? So I know if I'm looking for a smaller part, my number has to get smaller. Therefore, I move my decimal to the left, and I only move it one time because it only says 1/10 and not 1/100th. So now my decimal is in front of the 4. I rewrite my answer as 0.4 or 0.40. And this is the same as saying 4.0 divided by 10. Be careful when you get to the 1/100th because you need to make 2 jumps instead of 1. At the top of the next page, you should read these questions like, what number is 10 times greater than 5.0? So what number is 10 times greater? I know I have to multiply my number by 10, but we use the decimal trick, and to make the number larger, we move our decimal to the right. We are only moving it one time because it is only 10 times greater, not 100 times greater. Then we rewrite our number and we have 50.0 or 50. In the next section, these questions should be read as 4.5 is 10 times greater than what number? So that's telling me that 4.5 is the larger number and I need to find the smaller number. In order to find the smaller number, I need to move my decimal to the left. Just one time because it only says that it's 10 times greater. I rewrite my decimal and I have 0.45. You may also write it as 0.45. To write your decimal in word form, you have to remember that the decimal receives the word and. So this would be 10 and 25 hundredths. You just write 100 and THS for the spelling. In expanded form, you have to break it up by each place value and add them together. So you have 10, you could also say 10.0 plus 0.2 because we're looking at the 10ths place plus 0.05 because we're looking at the 100ths place only. When they give us a number in expanded form, we should add the numbers together in order to find our standard form. The easiest way to do it is just to think about it part by part. Take a moment to figure out how many wholes you have. They might have separated it by 10s, 1s, or 100s, 10s, 1s. So I see here that I have 10 and 2, which makes 12. So I know I already have 12 wholes. 12 point something. Now let's take a look at what comes after that decimal point. I have 0.5, that's the tenths place. Then I have 0.02 in the hundredths place. And I have 0.007 in the thousandths place. If you go place by place, it actually makes it really easy if you have them in order. So here they're in order, and I can just write each digit 5, 2, 7 for the tenths place, hundredths, and thousandths place. Now that I have my number in standard form, I can write my number in word form. Now that I have my number in standard form, I can write it in word form more easily. 12 and that's not how you spell 5. 500 27 thousandths. Whatever is the last place where you have a digit, that's the place you're going to mention. So you just read it 527 thousandths because it's in the thousandths place. At the bottom, they give you the number in word form. I like to start by figuring out what the number is in standard form. So here I can tell that I have 9 wholes because I see the word and there, which indicates the decimal. So I have 9 point. Now I have 615 thousandths. I know my last digit has to be in the thousandths place. So 615, and it is in the thousandths place. Moving on to expanded form, I have 9. I could write 9.0 if I'd like. And so that's my wholes. And now for after the decimal, 615 thousandths. Well, I actually like to look at the number in standard form, 9 and 615 thousandths, to help me think about the breakup of each number in each place value. So with the 6, we have 0.6. Now we move on to the hundredths place, plus 0.01. Now we move on to the thousandths place, plus 0.005. For the last one, let's pretend that they gave us the word form 6 and 5 hundredths. This can be a little tricky because you're going to have some zeros that you're going to have to put in. So when I think about it in standard form, I have 6, that's my whole number, and there goes my decimal, 5 hundredths. I know that this is telling me that my last digit must be in the hundredths place. So here I have the tenths place, here I have the hundredths place. This digit must go there. This is 5 hundredths, but I can't have a blank, so I must put 0.5. If you think about it, how many tenths do I have? 0 tenths. So that is also why there is a 0 in that spot. Now, writing this number in expanded form, I have 6, that is my whole number, and 5 hundredths. So I don't have any tenths, and I only have hundredths. So let me see, 0.05, because this is the hundredths place, this is the tenths place. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's helpful as you study, and I hope that it is useful in practicing with your child, or if you're using it, my students, I hope it is useful for you to remember how I think about each of these problems, the words we use, and how you can think about each of these problems when you see them in the future. Bye.